Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. It's been a couple weeks since I last posted a video. Been out of commission. And I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. I had to have a little bit of surgery to repair a hernia. And I had to slow down prior to the surgery. And I'm having to stay on that slow-mo side of things after the surgery. A little over a week now since I've had my surgery, and I'm doing better, but I'm not able to get out and do the things that I normally enjoy doing. However, saying that, with all this having to slow down and take it easier so I can heal properly, projects are not getting done. And today is such a beautiful day. This is one of the prettiest days that I have been able to enjoy. And let's look at this beautiful bluebird sky. Check that out, man. It is so gorgeous. I've been wanting to work on my chair, but I've got to finish some pruning. And I'm just getting to where I can stretch better, and I'm having to be careful of not lifting anything heavy. My doctor told me that I shouldn't be picking up anything over 35 pounds, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't been just until this past couple of days or so, I really haven't been feeling picking up anything. But today I'm feeling good, so I gotta be careful, because you get to feeling good, next thing you know, I'll be gotten out here and hurt myself. So what I've been doing today is been working on one of my muscadine arbors. Last year, it actually needed some repair. We had to have some work done back during the summer, and one of the guys that was doing some digging work for us, he hit one of my posts, and back before my surgery, I got the post replaced, and then it just everything kind of started getting shut down up to that point, and I have not been able to get out and do the things, man. Grass needs cutting, plants need putting in the ground, and just trying not to get overwhelmed with everything. But today, like I said, I'm out. It's gorgeous, and thought I'd make a video and just say howdy to everyone, because I know it's probably been 2 or 3 weeks since I last posted a video. Okay, so what I've done, this post here was the one I had to replace. It got broken, and it was needing repair, so I had to put the new post in the ground a couple weeks ago. And I have been trying to prune the muscadine. I got started on these a while back, but last year I didn't prune, and this thing got into an ugly mess. Check out this bird nest that the bird had built in it this past year. So I've got to get this pruned back. It's still early enough to do pruning on this without it, being detrimental. Pruning is real good for the plants, especially the fruiting. I got to get my wires. These things are broken. So I've got to get this wire replaced up here. And I've got some new eyelets that I'm going to screw. And that's what I'm about to do now. And start tightening up everything and get it ready for the new growth that it's about to start popping. So y'all stand by. Alright, so I was able to get this wire put back up. And I've got to put this bottom wire here. I'm slow moving, so you hear me grunting, and so just overlook that. Let's see how I've got to get this fixed. So I'll have to put me an eyelet here, and then just tighten that wire up. It's a simple little project. I tell you what, having to have surgery and being incapacitated like I was really makes you appreciate mobility. And I think of how I can take things for granted, like just getting up and moving, picking up things, standing up, sitting down, getting into and out of the bed. Wow, never realized how much I was taking all that stuff for granted. So I'm glad to be out here today, soaking up this sunshine. I'm looking forward to getting this muscadine arbor replaced, repaired. These things will produce some good grapes. I'm sitting here trying to remember they're the golden variety. I could at one time tell you the names, but it's been so long since I've thought about the names of these muscadines. We could know them as scuppernines. Muscadines are the purple ones, and scuppernines, growing up, they were the big gold ones, and that's what I put down here. And I've got another arbor over towards Pine Thicket, and they are purple. And then I have ordered some plants, and over there in the big sunny area, I'm going to actually do another small garden and put an arbor of some muscadines, and I'm going to get another trellis or arbor, whatever you want to call it, going over that way. I was trying to set the camera up to where I could show you what I'm doing and how really easy it is to set these things up. Just a matter of buying you some posts. I use some 4x4. They're 8 feet long, so I got them sunk in the ground 2 feet. That gives you plenty of overhead to get your trellis made. Let me move around here. I'm using my adjustable wrench, crescent wrench. Not a crescent wrench, but my adjustable wrench here. I forget what these things are called. Used them for years at the gas company. And I had my... Alright, hold on. I'm not set up here. Alright. My channel locks finally came to me. Use this to tighten the eyelet screws in. Use these for my anchor points. My wires go in and I secure the wire. But I marked it. It's a lot easier if you do your little pilot hole. And unless you're like super strong, I can get these started. But to really get them bared down in there, that's why I use this big screwdriver for leverage. And then I just get it into a certain depth. And I set it like that. Boom. And then the wire, just simply run it in. I gotta be careful of that pulling right there. You can take the channel locks, get a little more grip. And then just simply use the memory of that wire. Well, have to be perfect. There, so now the plant is back up off the ground. And it is secure and anchored. Easy peasy. Okay, I should be wearing gloves. Managed to cut my thumb with the end of this wire, but I was able to get it pulled. Got it tied back in the middle. What I wound up having to do was loosen this end here and then make this a little shorter so I could stretch it. So now I got this top wire here ready. And what I'm planning to do is I'll snip this. I'm gonna let this be one of my leads to grow up. I had it one time growing up to that, and I cannot remember why, but something happened. Man, there's all kinds of things will happen when you're trying to grow things, whether it be animals or plants. You're always having to readjust and redo things. And I was down here on this end. I cannot remember how long I've had this arbor up. It's been some years. This is my longest one. And this is an easy project if you guys want to have some grapes growing. Here in Alabama, the muscadine grape is what grows. You just you only need really two. That's about 20 feet apart. You only need really one wire. Get your plant going. Like I said, I've ordered 2 new ones. I had to order one that would help the other one produce the berries. And probably talk more about that when those plants come in and we get that arbor going. But just, yeah, out here doing some general repairs today on this arbor. So it's shaping up, getting the wires back up. I like having a double vine going here. I guess, you know, I can't think of the scientific terms if there is any for that. But these things produce some good muscadines. And in the past, there were some years ago, I got into making wine, and I was doing pretty good with that. I had bees, and I actually made some mead. But it was kind of funny when the children started coming along. I had to move stuff because my oldest one, when he was born, man, he got to where he was a toddler age, and he was getting into everything. So at that time, we had a spare room, and I moved everything in it. And like I say, out of sight is out of mind. And the airlocks, or the vapor locks they're called, that you put on your carboys, that allows the gases as the grapes or the honey was fermenting, allows those gas bubbles to air out without air getting into it. And those things dried up, the water in it. And by the time I realized what was going on, man, it ruined the batch. I had like 2 or 3 batches, and they were just, they smelled like vomit. And when I tasted it, it was like vomit, and I wound up having to pour all that stuff out. So I'm planning this fall to make some wine. I hope to get back into making wine, because this is pretty good stuff. And make some jams or jellies. I'd made a little bit of that at one time too. Okay, so what's left to do here is just prune this mess back and get it cleaned up. And I'm probably going to have to tighten up a couple of these wires on this end. I was noticing the tendrils that these vines produce. I was going to see if I could show you. Here's a mess of them right here. And what that is, that's just what the plant produces to anchor itself to things. It had got real anchored here, and man, it was like tough to get it off. These things can produce some tendrils that are real tight. I thought it was the wire at first, and then I realized, see, here's like, man, that was an old dried up. Here's a good strong one. You can see that. Pardon the blood, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have anything to clean my hands up with real quick. But that's tendril. See how it's grown out here and anchored to this wire? And that is pretty tight stuff. You have to snip it with some pruners. They're pretty strong. Okay, well, I had to take me a break from that. And it's going to be a few more weeks before I can get back to normal. I get to go to the doctor here in 1 week for my post-op checkup, and he's going to check on everything. Everything seems to be doing fine. I know the weekend after and this past week, oh man, the weekend right after my surgery, that was a difficult time. And the funny thing now, I get to feeling good, and I'll get to moving around and kind of overdo it. So I'm having to really be careful with that, because normally I'm real active and I'm out doing things. And with this, I've had to just completely stop a lot of things, and that's hard. But the doctor told me it'd probably be about 6 weeks before I can get to where I can start working out and lifting things again. And I've really been missing my working out, because that's kind of the things that I do to help me get my head cleared. And I just like working out. It makes me feel good overall, physically, mentally, and spiritually. But anyway, I thought I would talk about that arbor today. I got out and was pruning on it, and I said, well, let's share this idea. Real simple project. If you guys are interested, all you need is some post hole diggers. Dig the holes about 2 feet deep. Need a carpenter's level. Help you get the post up right and level, if you're worried about that. I like things looking good, so I don't use Quickcrete. You can. I just have a tamper that I tamp the dirt as I'm putting it back in the hole, and I just get it real tight. And you'll be surprised at how that secures those posts into the ground. Plus, when you don't use Quickcrete, and by the way, Quickcrete, that's how I made that hernia do what it did. Man, I guess in my mind I'm still a young guy, but my body is getting older. But I was moving some Quickcrete around at one of the local hardware stores, and I was lifting it properly, but man, it was on a Friday, and when I got home, I noticed, well, it was the weekend I did that burn, if y'all remember that video. And that Saturday I was feeling tender, and then by Sunday I had a bulge as big as my thumb on my left groin area there in that pubic, not pubic, I guess the pubic bone, is that what it's called? And whew, it's just been a exciting ride since then. But I'm on the better side of it, thank goodness. Hopefully 51 is going to be better than 50. 50, I turned 50, and that it's been somewhat of a banner year. But you know what? I'm still here, and God's still taking care of me, bringing me through these things, and it's just life. So hopefully I'm not sounding like I'm complaining. That's not my intention to share with you guys on this video. But anyway, we'll get back to that arbor some. I'm going to do a new arbor soon. I've got the posts and all, but like I said, I'm having to be careful with moving around. So hopefully when I go to the doctor, he's going to tell me, yeah, I can do this, and no, you can't do that, and we're going to be going from there. But everyone, I hope you are doing well. Appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll see you real soon. Y'all take care.